I couldn't believe, not a warning, but he docked him a point. I said, the fix is in. I said, the fix is in. They're trying to give Devin Haney all the chances in the world to win that.
The boxing world was not happy with the controversial decisions made by the referee, Harvey Dock, during the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight. Davis also exposes how the referee was openly biased toward Devin during the post-fight interview with Ryan Garcia's dad. Henry Garcia also went off on the referee and the judge, who declared the fight a draw.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, right.
It's fucked up. You know he
Four
was kicking his
knockdowns?
ass. Four
Was it four?
knockdowns, yeah.
Jeez.
And a draw? Get me the fuck out of here.
So
But that ref was biased too.
it was a
That ref was biased.
The boxing world wasn't happy with the poor officiating during the fight, but how did they react? Stick around and watch as we find out in this video. Ryan Garcia versus Dion turned out to be an explosive fight, with Garcia dominating the WBC super lightweight champion and earning an important victory via majority decision. However, despite the win, King Ryan and the boxing world were not happy with the controversial officiating during the bout.
It seemed like every time Devin Haney got hurt, the referee gave him every opportunity to recover. And there is nothing that gets me involved in a fight more.
Garcia also exposed the controversial refereeing decisions made by Harvey during the fight.
I think what's his name, Harvey Dock? I think he was tripping. He should have stopped that fight.
It should have been stopped the first
It was bad. He was really hurt. I felt bad. I even looked at the 11th round.
The first knockdown came in the 7th round, but the advantage on the scorecards was almost immediately negated when referee Dock paused the action and deducted a point from Garcia for punching after he demanded a break instead of being penalized. Garcia feels like he should have been allowed to continue until he put Haney down for good during the post-fight interview. Garcia exposed the referee, saying the guy was holding me for dear life. I felt an opportunity to keep swinging while my hands were free, and I cracked him. And then the doctor took a point away when I cracked him, but he held me. I should have knocked him out in that 7th round, but they stole that from me. Garcia admits he was confused by the referee's actions, which were crazy. Garcia said she had never seen an asterisk like that. He was holding him, and I punched him, and he was hurt, and I was like, yes, done, oh, point taken. Ryan Garcia might be glad that he's done with this fight, but the boxing world is not happy with the poor officiating during such a high-profile Clash Sports presenter. Stephen A. Smith clapped back at the referee, writing, "This referee is absolutely terrible." Ryan Garcia drops Haney. He is hurt as hell, holding on to Garcia for dear life, forcing Garcia to punch in the clinch. The ref pauses the action to deduce a point with no warning, uttering a bullsh asterisk to asterisk. T. Garcia drops Haney again twice, yet the ref calls both slips. Unreal, horrible officiating. American commentator and entrepreneur Patrick Bet-David also commented, "This referee must have his money on Haney." By the way, Ryan Garcia is telling his dad to stop the insane fight. Former UFC bantamweight champion Elaine Sterling also chimed in during the poor officiating. "I'm glad Garcia didn't get a BS draw. He clearly was winning those later rounds plus the KDs that would have been criminal. But it's nice to see the proper decisions made by Ryan's dad." Henry Garcia also lambasted the judge who scored the fight a draw, suggesting incompetence or bias given Ryan's performance, which he viewed as clearly dominant. His dissatisfaction extended to the referee, whom he accused of being biased and criticized for a point deduction during the fight that he found unjustified. The adult also discussed the controversial handling of the boxing match, expressing strong opinions about perceived injustices towards Ryan Garcia. He suggested that there was an attempt to rob Ryan Garcia of a clear victory due to questionable referee and judging decisions.
They tried to rob Ryan Garcia. They tried to rob him. Not only did the judges try to rob him for the whole
Showbiz criticized the referee's decision not to issue a warning before taking such a drastic step, which he saw as an unfair advantage given to Haney. Further, Showbiz was critical of the judge's decision that led to the fight being scored as a draw, indicating his disbelief and disappointment. As he felt Ryan Garcia clearly dominated the fight, he expressed frustration and accused the fight officials of trying to ensure Haney had every possible opportunity to win or draw the match, describing these actions as the fix. Besides the controversial officiating, the boxing world was surprised by King's dominating performance and heaped praise on the young star. Haney's younger brother, Ryan Garcia, celebrated the victory over Devin. Ryan expressed confidence in Ryan's ability from the start, noting that he had anticipated Ryan would dominate Haney. He revealed that during the fight, his advice to Ryan in the corner was to stay composed and maintain focus despite the high stakes and intense atmosphere of the match. Reflecting on specific moments during the fight, Ryan discussed what he perceived as questionable refereeing decisions. He highlighted an instance where the referee, Harvey Dock, counted a slip instead of acknowledging what Ryan believed should have been a valid knockdown by Ryan. He suggested that these decisions almost cost Ryan a more emphatic victory, but potentially a knockout, which he felt Ryan deserved given the fight's flow.
Should have stopped him maybe, Sean?
Yeah.
You think you should have stopped him maybe after the third one? Because he looked like he was out of
No,
there.
like
in
one of the
third.
rounds, yeah, where he was fucking falling and they were calling slips. They should stop it. You got to think about the boxer's health at that point.
Should have stopped it. Maybe Ryan was particularly critical of the moments where he felt the referee failed to properly acknowledge Ryan's dominance, pointing out that there were multiple instances where Haney was significantly shaken while falling and the incidents were misjudged as slips. He argued that for the sake of the boxer's health and the sport's integrity, the referee should have been more decisive, potentially stopping the fight earlier to prevent further harm to Haney. Ryan's enthusiasm for Ryan's future prospects was evident as he discussed potential next fights, notably expressing a desire to see Ryan face Dante Tank Davis at 140 pounds, indicating his belief in Ryan's capability at this weight class despite the challenges it might present overall. Ryan Garcia's interview was a mix of pride and his brother's achievements and critique of the fight's officiating, underscored by his detailed observations and clear support for Ryan's career moving forward. Pro boxer Daniel Jacobs expressed admiration and surprise at Ryan Garcia's performance against Devin Haney, describing Garcia as a dedicated and strong fighter who entered the ring with a clear motive. According to Jacobs, the first-round knockdown by Garcia set the tone for the entire fight, showcasing his readiness and aggression early on despite Haney being a formidable opponent. Jacobs felt that Garcia was just a step above on that particular night.
Over the place.
I think Ryan fooled us all. I think Ryan had us thinking that he was mental and there was a lot of things going on personal in his life, and then I think
Jacobs also discussed the surprising elements of Garcia's preparation and public perception leading up to the fight. He suggested that Garcia managed to deceive the public regarding the state of his mental and personal life, which was portrayed as tumultuous. This misdirection made many underestimate his readiness and focus for the fight. Jacobs hinted that, despite the chaotic appearances in the media, Garcia likely had a well-executed and effective training camp, which played a crucial role in his victory. Further, Jacobs proposed that Devin Haney, despite the loss, should not be discredited. He advocated for a rematch, suggesting it would not only be justified, but also highly anticipated. Jacobs believes that Haney remains a talented fighter who just needs to make some strategic adjustments, particularly when facing an opponent like Garcia, who possesses significant speed and power. Garcia's co-promoter, Bernard Hopkins, meanwhile, has a different opinion on Haney.
People got a chance to see what they had to see, made it even better. But I think in the long run, it was more of a negative to Devin Haney, who might not have a long career.
Hopkins expressed concern for Devin Haney's future in boxing following his defeat. Hopkins suggested that the severity of the beatdown Haney received from Garcia might have lasting negative effects on his career, particularly regarding its longevity. During the interview, Hopkins highlighted the intensity of the fight, noting that after witnessing Garcia's performance, especially his early knockdown of Haney, he thought the fight might conclude quickly. Hopkins appreciated Garcia's ability to demonstrate his power and resilience, disproving any doubts about his capabilities. However, he also reflected on the potential consequences of the fight for Haney, indicating that the damage taken could be detrimental in the long run. Hopkins was particularly critical of the decision to allow the fight to continue, despite the repeated knockdowns Haney suffered. He questions the judgment of the referee in these instances, suggesting that prioritizing a fighter's immediate competitiveness over their long-term health could be dangerous. Hopkins emphasized the importance of erring caution, stating that the benefit of the doubt, sometimes given to champions in such dire situations, could ultimately risk their lives. Ryan Garcia's trainer, Derek James voiced a similar opinion about Haney, suggesting that it will be challenging for Haney to recover from such a significant loss. James highlighted the physical and psychological impacts of the fight, questioning whether it was worse for Haney to continue through the fight rather than be knocked out early. He expressed a concern that enduring such a beating could be more detrimental in the long term, possibly permanently changing Haney as a fighter.
Knocked out early.
I think it would have been better for him to get knocked out because it's going to be hard to recover from getting beat up like that.
Will it change him forever as a fighter?
He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. I think that he'll...
Despite these concerns, James remained somewhat optimistic about Haney's ability to come back, emphasizing Haney's youth and resilience. He pointed out that, at 25 years old, Haney still has the potential to rebuild and return stronger. James also touched on the mental aspect of recovery, suggesting that Haney's personal beliefs and inner strength could play a crucial role in his ability to bounce back. James reflected on the narrative of being the underdog, a theme he felt resonated with both himself and Ryan Garcia leading up to the fight. He discussed the motivational aspects of overcoming doubts and criticisms, which seem to have fueled their preparation and performance. But what are your thoughts? Can Devin make a smooth comeback? Also, share your thoughts on the controversial officiating during the fight. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.